What's going on, everyone? I don't want to make this video too long. I'll get right to it. So how do you take a standard set of Ranger beads and convert them from the metric system, which they're used, standard, most people use these, the military uses them, and survival instructors will use them in meters. So how do you convert a standard set of Ranger beads from the metric system to the Imperial system? If you're anything like me, I grew up in America. The Imperial system is just second nature to me now. I'm estimating distance in feet and miles, every day, constantly, nonstop, without even realizing I'm doing it. Whether you're driving a car, estimating distance to a stoplight, whether you are on the trail or something and navigating and estimating where a change in the terrain is, or you're fishing or something and you're estimating how far you got to make a cast, to get it in an exact location. All these things I do either in feet or miles in some type of configuration, and it's just second nature. So if you're anything like that, I'm not saying that should take the place of the metric system. It's just another way to do it. So effectively, what we have here is we have our 4 beads on top, 9 beads on the bottom, exactly the same way you'd have your Ranger beads. A standard set of Ranger beads. So now what you do is you have to quarter 1/10 of a mile. Okay, and if you quarter 1/10 of a mile, what that comes out to is 132 feet. And 132 feet goes into 5,280, which is the total amount of feet in a mile, 40 times. Now that's important because you effectively have 40 beads here. Yes, I know, there's 4 on top, 9 on the bottom. But when you drop the 9 and then drop your 1 on top, that's 10, and then you pull those up again and then drop them again, that's 19. Drop that, that's 20. Pull them up, drop them again, 29, 30. Pull them up, drop them again, 40. Okay, so that's important. So it's 132 feet is what you're going to base your pace count on. Now, that can be beneficial because you are not trying to keep track of over 100-meter distance, which most people's pace counts is probably between 60 and 70. With a 132-foot pace count, your pace count will probably be in between 20 or 30 or something like that. So it's much easier to remember and much easier to correct if you make a mistake. So that's the conversion. It's effectively every time you drop one of these, that's a quarter of 1/10 of a mile. Okay, so if you drop 4 of those, you've done your pace count 4 times. That's 1/10 of a mile if you drop 4. And then if you drop all 9 from the bottom and then you hit that 1 on top, that's a quarter of a mile. So you get a half a mile there on your second bead on the top. On your third bead, that's 3/4 of a mile. And your fourth bead, that is 1 mile. So it turns your Ranger beads into a 1-mile navigation tool that you can use to help you navigate distance, to help you keep track of how far you've gone. And if you want to, you can make a modified set of these with like something I've done here. It's still just a standard set of Ranger beads here that you have on here. You have your 4 on 9, or 4 on top, 9 on the bottom. But what I've done is I've added a third section of beads where there's 10. Okay, and what the 10 are on the bottom are your total miles walked. So it takes your standard set that keeps track of 1 mile and turns it into a 10-mile counter for you. So you can do that. You can do a 3-mile, 5-mile, 10-mile, 20-mile, do whatever you want. You could do it. Or you could just use exactly how you probably already have them. Okay, you don't have to make any changes, anything like that. It's just that conversion is what was throwing me off. And I couldn't find anyone to explain what that conversion was. And so I'm just trying to get that information out there. So if you're anything like me, you can help simplify and take a lot of guesswork out, because even if you know the metric system, it's still not going to be as second nature for you. Probably not. I mean, it's not for me. I've learned the metric system a little bit, and it's never going to, fire on all cylinders the way that just the Imperial system does just automatically for me, because it's something I've used my entire life. So I hope this video helps you out. Let me know if you're able to use this or utilize this and help you navigate in any way, shape, or form. Because for me, it does simplify things, and that's kind of what it's all about. So thank you very much for watching. Talk to you later.